Welcome to Net Six and Chill. We've had a pretty interesting couple of matches, and I have panelists here to give their expert opinions. Below me, we have Hassan. Please, what is the kit that you're wearing today? I see you're repping.
I'm wearing a Catalonia kit from 2017-18. It makes,
Oh,
although they don't really like the Spanish, but apparently they put the Spanish flag in it. But this is supposedly a Catalonia version of a Barca kit.
well, you never know. Maybe in a couple of years of the
No, they won't.
Catalonian independence.
No, they won't.
Like Kosovo?
Probably not.
No, it's not
Alex,
happening.
our second panelist, the person who actually plays the most football out of all of us, the left wing menace.
The one who still has a left foot.
Yeah, Shaqiri's long lost cousin.
I have a
What?
foot,
Only
but
one healthy.
I have a foot, but I have no knee left.
Only one.
So
one
we're
healthy
basically
knee.
going down to the R9 level, knee injuries.
Yeah, I'm rocking my Peruvian stay, Sporting Cristal. They got this
Oh,
nice Sudamericana patch here too. So yeah,
I mean, you're not fitting the theme of Champions League, but good enough.
it's
Did you get that
it's
from
like
Peru?
continental competition. Sudamericana is like the Europa League equivalent in South America. So why
Yep.
not?
Champions League?
Yeah,
Right?
they're playing in Libertadores this season too, so they're playing
Oh.
in the top tier. But
Wait, so what's the difference between that and Libertadores?
it's the
Libertadores,
same.
like Champions League, Sudamericana's the like Europa League. It's the second one. It's the second kind of
Okay.
tier competition.
And they
I'm kind of trying to be on theme today. I got a 2000, I think it's 2002 or 3 PSG
Okay.
kit with
That's
I don't know if you guys can see it. It's Nicolas Anelka on the back.
that looks familiar.
I was gonna say that. Isn't
Don't
that
worry
when
about it.
a certain Brazilian was at the club?
I think actually, I think Ronaldinho was at the club at the time.
That sounds about right. Was it
Yeah, I
2000?
mean, I know this is the kid from that era, so most likely.
What a
Well,
time to be in Paris.
what it's exact? Wait, was JJ Kocha there at that similar time or no?
A coach.
He came later.
No, am I confusing something?
Ronaldinho was
Look at
in PSG between 01 and 03. So yeah, I
Right.
think that was him. You said Okocha?
Yeah, what's that? For some reason, I remember Kocha in the kid. I don't know why though.
Okocha.
Don't know why that came to me.
Yeah, he played PSG between 98 and 2002. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, imagine that team. You got Okocha and Ronaldinho. Whew.
Tell me how you go from PSG to Bolton Wanderers. What kind of a slide do you have to take to go from being in Paris
What?
to somewhere in the UK?
Well, to be fair though,
to play the Prem.
PSG wasn't the giant that it is today. But you know what? That is a perfect transition to let's take our first game of the week: PSG versus Aston Villa. And what a game, actually! And it was looking in the beginning a little bit like that Liverpool game where PSG is completely pummeling Aston Villa, Liverpool, and then Liverpool just get a lucky goal.
Yeah,
But-
the crime record's quite high in Paris, so I thought it was gonna be another robbery, but it didn't come out that way because PSG caught the perpetrator before he got away.
That's true. I mean, listen, I think PSG is showing some great form right now. I mean, that goal by Desiree Doué, that absolute curl, wonderful. And then actually, all 3 goals are incredible. Kvaratskhelia turning, I forgot what the defender's name is, just inside out.
Yeah.
Oof.
Also, think that third goal was a Nuno Mensch,
Nuno Mensch, yeah.
a left back in the 93rd minute in the opposition box, puts the goalkeeper on his ass. When do you ever see that? I've never seen
Yeah.
Andy Robertson do that.
let's just say he's way better than Andy Robertson.
Well, I would just say for a left back to do that, that's incredible.
I mean, listen, this PSG team is taking, and you know what? I'm kind of disappointed at Aston Villa. Like I expected PSG to still dominate the game, but okay, Villa being good defensive in the beginning, great, but it really felt like they had nothing. Like they were scared to try to like press PSG back. You can catch PSG on the break. They play very high, and you have the speed. You have Rashford. You have Ramsey. You have all these other guys like Rogers. They're fast guys. You couldn't send them on a break. Just didn't feel like they were trying to do that, except the one goal they scored.
Yeah. No, I think
So
that game, that's what PSG should have done to Liverpool. Clinical, and when they have chances put away. One thing about Due though, what I don't like is that he gets a little selfish when he gets a good
mhm.
opportunity. Like he should share the ball more because I see him
I
taking
mean, did you see the
shots.
goal?
No, I mean, and he has the right to. Like you said, like
Right.
this guy's incredible. But I would like to see him mature. I mean, he's only 19, so that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine. I
I
want
mean,
him.
listen,
and he's,
Yeah. No, go for it. Yeah.
you got to give guys like, especially young guys, you got to give them a little bit of time to find themselves, and
you know
sometimes
what
it is gonna appear selfish.
you know what you gotta give them. This is the problem with modern football. We have all these tactical bullshit. There's nobody's gonna tell Dewey, okay, this way you go. If you got a shot, shoot it. No, no, no. People, there's people telling them to pass, do all these tactical shit. Then the chance is
Well,
gone.
listen, it's
No,
not even
there is.
tactical.
That's
If
how you develop a kid.
but
There is.
if your teammate's in a better position, you're taking a shot. You just look like a dick.
That's true.
Then he scored. He scored, didn't
No,
he?
no,
Well,
no, no, no.
okay,
I
he
think
scored the goal, but I'm saying there are other opportunities where he's running into like two defenders and
But if
shooting.
you score a goal like that, if you did it, wouldn't you have the confidence to do it again?
it,
That's it.
no, no,
Everyone's
no.
supposed
It's
to.
I think
Everyone's
it's
supposed
supposed to be
to
like
structure.
this.
Okay.
Players should accept the consequences of their choices. So if you do something like that where you try to dribble two guys and you score the goal, great, it paid off. But you will be executed. If, let's say, there's times where you go on, you have a shot with the keeper, but maybe there's a defender in the way, and there's a guy completely free, and you don't want to side pass. You want to be a hero. That's the type of stuff where you're going to get absolutely pummeled if you lose. If you're winning the game, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But if you lose the game
Well,
because of your selfishness, that's you're going to get absolutely killed for it.
well, I wanted to bring up the point from Aston Villa. If you look at the first two goals, I mean Martinez is the best player, and he couldn't do anything about it.
No,
The third
dude,
goal,
those are,
Nuno Mendes,
Yeah.
just put him on his ass. But the first two goals, he couldn't do anything about it. And Aston Villa had chances on the other end; they couldn't just finish. So just because, just that in that sense, it's like the game, the tie was very different.
Did the pressure get to Aston Villa because they were playing in front of the royalty? Is that what happened with
Yo,
playing
did you
from the
see the
Prince?
first goal
no, yeah,
when Morgan Rogers scored? He was like, yeah, yeah.
I want to see him after a third PSG goal though.
well, he was taking the Royal Airplane back.
Air Force One,
no,
That's a different kind of royalty.
no, His Majesty won.
His Majesty One.
No, it's called His Majesty's Royal Air Force.
Nah, you sitting in seat 33C in British Airways,
I mean, if they're sitting in that deep in British Airways, then we shouldn't be even on the plane.
luggage compartment.
Yeah,
So
pass me that chicken tikka, man.
yeah, do Aston Villa have any shot in the second leg? Is this over?
Over.
I
I don't think it's
wouldn't
over.
see. I wouldn't discount them yet. It's not
They're
that
playing at
big of
home
a.
too.
No, no, no. Listen, it's 2 goal difference is not insurmountable. Do I think that Aston Villa just has no chance? No, I think there's still a chance. But PSG, what we've seen from their game at Anfield, they don't change the way they play. They're not going to back down or be defensive. They're going to keep pressing. So Aston Villa, they're going to have to contend with that. And maybe the home ground's going to give them a little bit of spirit or, a little bit of extra motivation. But I doubt they're going to be able to. PSG's lethal, man. They have absolute ballers up
They'll
front.
lethal until it stops working.
Yeah, well, that's most teams, though. You could say that about any team. Like, oh, we'll talk about Barcelona later, but they've had a couple blanks this season. So let's not pretend that every team,
Yeah, I think Villa will need an early goal. If they don't get an early goal, this game is over. They have to
they're
score in
they're
the
gonna need
first.
to put yeah, they're gonna need to
Yeah,
put pressure on PSG immediately. If they try to wait, I think PSG is gonna get another goal at least.
yeah. And I mean, Unai Emery's a smart guy. He knows that you got to get on top of them right away. You got to beat the high press because PSG they press well too. So you gotta, the crowd's got to be on top of you. The Greek parlor's got to be on point the night before. There's a lot of
Hmm.
things that got to go their way in order for Aston Villa to go through. But honestly, like I don't want to be that guy, but I think this tie is over. PSG's
I would I would
PSG's too
think
good.
so,
Like,
but
So it's over. You got to be
I
optimistic.
well, I
yeah,
mean, I'm not really a Birmingham fan or anything. Like, I don't know what there's to
I
be
mean, I
optimistic
don't think
about.
I'm either, but from a neutral point, I don't
Yeah, I
think
mean,
so.
I'm neutrally Parisian.
All right.
It's
Well,
hard to see PSG blow this one. I mean,
yeah. I
let's
mean,
be
listen.
honest.
All I'm gonna say is kind of the last point. The one thing I think that hurts Aston Villa and that would have helped if they had this was a good ball distributor. Because if you have somebody who could distribute the ball, you can go on a counter. You PSG has so much they leave so much space in the back. You can't get at them. It's just there's nobody there to distribute the ball. Maybe
That's true.
Tielemans, but again,
I don't
he does.
understand why. I mean, more. See, I was gonna say Morgan Rogers, but he's more of a guy he's a ball carrier. He's not a
Yeah, no, he's a ball.
distributor.
Absolutely, he's a ball carrier. I'm talking about someone like somebody who can actually like get the ball through the
Uh,
lines,
what
move the ball.
what about
Yeah,
the Scottish lad, Big John McGinn?
dude, John McGinn's just John McGinn's a brick
It's
shithouse,
old.
man.
It's
I love
old.
him, but he's a fighter. He's not a distributor.
Yeah, I think
I don't.
like
Yeah, you're right. I would agree. They don't have somebody that could pick up the ball and ping it.
well, I
So
mean,
I think that's really going to hurt them because honestly, I think that's the only way to beat PSG. You need to
The
find the spaces
best,
in the back.
their
Tielemans
best
has a
is
pretty good passing range. I would say
He
Tielemans
does,
is
but
not bad.
even
but you
then,
know
he
what?
didn't really get on the ball that much. Plus, he has to play pretty, and because again, he was so deep where PSG was pressing them, he wasn't really getting. He was doing more defending than anything else.
Also,
Yeah.
when they do have the ball, if you notice, he makes more runs into the box rather than picking up the ball and passing it forward from
Yeah, like
that deep line
he's crashing
position.
the box. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair though, I think he got the assist right for Rogers.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so
Well, that was him making a forward run. It
yeah.
was basically just
Yeah.
Well,
whatever.
I think we gave Aston Villa more than enough of their time. Let's move on to a game that pretty much is over, 100% over. I don't think any coming back.
Hello, good
Barcelona.
night.
What?
Okay, just move on, move on.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
Move on, continue.
yeah, all right. I mean, listen, I'm giving the floor to you, man. Barcelona. What do you think?
Well, listen, I got a few things I wanna talk about. A, even though the scoreline looks 4-0, Dortmund had far too many chances, which they couldn't put away.
Not that
I
many. Not
No,
that
no,
many.
other did. No, if
There
you
was
watch
no,
the game,
there was at least one. What is it, Garassi, when he had like the
uh,
ball fly over the defender and he just
he swings
missed.
and miss.
Yeah,
If he played in MLB, he wouldn't get paid. Let's just say that. But I don't as much. This tie is more likely over because even if Dortmund put some through, Barca's gonna put more through, and that's just how they play. Secondly, if you look at the game itself, some of the goals, oh man, the main thing I wanted to talk about was Lamine Yamal. He's 17. I think he's the best player in the world, and we have to stop taking him as a 17-year-old. We got to take him for what he puts out onto the pitch. And if you look at the past 12 months, I don't think any other player had a better calendar year than him in terms of what he's put out, what his output is. He's been healthy, knock on wood, and he's been carrying this team. And there's been comparisons to him and Messi. There's no comparison. They're two different types of players. Messi is, as we know, is somebody that he carries the ball up. He runs the team. He's the guy. He just gets the ball on the wing and he defends a lot more. He's on that wing and he distributes on that wing. And once he has a chance, he scores. And I think Barcelona is in crazy form. Frankie De Jong has somehow found his way into the team, and basically he's been incredible. Him and Pedri in the middle of the park, and then they have Danny Olmo when he's fucking healthy or eligible to play, or Fermin Lopez.
when Barcelona pays their taxes.
Barcelona is a test. And then we have this kid Fermin Lopez who gets on. He's basically that guy. He's both. He's a ball carrier and he's a ball distributor. And then and
He hit the
then
post like twice. No,
yeah. And then we have the equation of Rafinha and Lewandowski. Lewandowski is going to give you a game, but Rafinha is also on that left side. It's going up and down, up and down. So Barcelona is really hot, really hot. And this tie is over. Even though if Dortmund gets a few back, I don't think Barcelona is going to get it. They're not going to shut Barcelona out. No.
yeah, I agree. I do want to talk about a moment when I was watching the game, an absolute robbery that occurred. Rafinha, man, come on,
I wanted to
stealing a
bring that
goal
up
from a
too.
17-year-old.
I got a beef to pick with Rafinha. What the hell was that?
Yeah,
If
I know,
you're a
right, man? Leave the
striker,
What was
fucking ball,
that?
man. Let the
no,
guy
but if
score a
you're
Champions
a
League goal. You
striker,
cunt.
if
You're
you're a striker,
borderline.
you already
No,
made
no,
the
no,
slide.
no. You're
You already made
borderline
the slide.
offside. What are you doing? You're
Yeah,
borderline
dude, it's on the
offside.
line, man. Just fucking let it go in.
Yeah, it's clearly going
It's a
in.
striker's instinct.
No, he's got
No,
fucking
no,
hands
that's gonna be a
anyway.
cut.
No matter how great of a player you are, you doing shit like that. If I'm his teammate, I want to see him in the locker room after. I take the hair dryer, I fucking beat him with it. What was that?
Yeah, no, yo, those are fighting actions. Yo, no, that reminds me
Yeah.
of that shit with remember Cristiano Ronaldo and Nani?
Oh yeah.
Like that's the same shit reminds me.
Listen, he got an assist for it. What else he wants?
No,
He did his job.
that's not okay. I don't think
Dude, he deserved that goal. Defenders get so little goals. You know how like, dude, it's historical for like again in a way for.
He's 18 too. He's 18
think
too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like let the kid have the damn goal, man. Like, come on.
you know who's not 18? Rafinha. And doing
Yeah,
shit
that's
like that when you're not 18 is really
What do you think?
like
That was childish?
that was
Was
yeah.
that childish?
that was very selfish because he was almost offside. So if that goal would have been ruled
He
out
doesn't
too,
know that
I would
though.
have been
In his
looking
defense,
weird.
he doesn't know he's almost offside. You're always on the edge.
I know,
You don't
dude, but
know.
like again, there's no defenders
Why
next to
would you
you.
do that?
Nobody's clearing the ball. Just let the ball roll in.
Why would you do that? Like, if I get if the ball was going out, you're trying to correct it in, but it was clearly going in.
I mean, if we're getting mad about Barca having some guys, Rafinha taking the goal away from a defender, I'm sure. If that's the only critique you have against Barca, sure.
No, I mean,
No,
yeah, but Barca, like you said, they're phenomenal, right? They're on fire. But moments like that made me question Rafinha and his
You
personality
think
because he
you
looks.
think
It's all great and fun when you're winning, but when you're not winning and things like that come up, then
well, it's the
yeah,
thing. This
no,
is the same
I
thing
thought he was
with the
offside. I'm
Barca
not gonna
goal.
lie. When I saw it, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be ruled off.
like what an idiot, right? When you see
Yeah, I'm
that,
like,
what are
yo,
you doing?
fucking melon, man. Just let let the ball roll.
It was, well, luckily it was ruled in, and we scored three more. So
I will say though, the one thing is the only thing that kind of bothers me about Barcelona at this moment, and again, they're playing phenomenally, but it's like we know Barca can score, but there are times, and maybe not in these games in Champions League, but there were plenty of chances in it were occurrences in La Liga. Selfishness,
well,
very heavy selfishness up
well,
top.
it's because when teams park the bus, essentially, this. Do you know why it didn't happen a lot in this team? Because Dortmund plays very open, and if
Yeah,
you play somebody that's like gonna park the bus in front of the box, a lot of the players, after a while, they get a little frustrated, and they're like,
well,
let me
but
take a
that's the
hit.
thing. Barcelona's gonna meet a team that's actually gonna be defensively
Oh,
solid.
Arsenal is that who you're talking
Yo,
about?
Inter Milan. I want to see how Barcelona's going to play against Inter Milan. Well, we'll get to that game later, but if Inter's going through, I want to see what Barcelona's going to do because that selfishness might be the fucking end of them.
Against all games, they pass the ball pretty well. Some of
No,
the
no, no.
goals
They
you
see
saw was
again.
tic tac toe.
They. It's fine to be selfish when you're up 3-0. That's fine. You scored your goals. You're doing a victory lap. Good for you. But when you're like 1-1 or 0-0, like pass the ball, man. Get those goals, get a cushion, and then you could
I,
start being a
listen,
bit
I
more
think
flary.
they're coached well enough, and I'm pretty sure Hansi Flick probably had a word with Rafinha about that.
I hope he
I
did.
don't think it went unnoticed.
No, no,
I
no,
don't.
no. Man, I'm not saying the goal stealing, but like there's, it wasn't Yamal this game. No, it was good, but there was a couple of times where I think Rafinha was fucking selfish. Just pass the ball, man. Like he did, of course, give the header to Lewandowski, but and honestly, Lewandowski, dude, 36, 37, still in it.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
you just you just hit a nerve when you mentioned want to see Barcelona play against Inter. I would love to see that matchup because the way
It's,
Inter play, this is not going to be Barca running trains on them. This is going to be Inter putting them against the wall and just like beating the crap out of them.
especially if Inter get back like Di
Well,
Marco
are
and
we
if Thuram is playing like well, again, we'll talk
are we
about this game
talking?
right now.
It's not
Are
going
you
to be an
sure we're talking
open
about a
game.
football match?
It's not going
Are
to.
we talking about a football match or
They're
something
gonna
else?
they're gonna pin him down. It's not gonna be a football match. Not at all.
Are you sure
Whoa,
we're talking
whoa,
about the
whoa,
same
whoa,
thing?
senor.
You know how
What do
Italians
you,
play when it comes down to it. You know how it's gonna be.
no, I don't know how Italians
Uh,
play.
yeah, Alex
I
talking
don't
about La
know.
Dolce Vita.
La Dolce Vita. It's gonna be what's it, catenaccio. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna
Oh,
come out. They're gonna put like 5 CDMs in there. Good luck getting past us.
I mean,
Hey, to be
honestly,
fair,
well, listen, I think this is a It's a good
Good
segue.
segue. Yeah.
No, but before we go, honestly, Dortmund, just disappointing. I think, we talked about Dortmund being like a flip flop team, like sometimes really good, sometimes really bad, but you at least expected a little bit more. So, like again, Hassan said, missed chances. Like they could have at least stayed in the fight. Maybe they wouldn't go through, but at least like keep it interesting.
Uh,
Like going to second leg, it's over, man. It's done.
I just
yeah.
looked at it. Dortmund actually tied with
Yeah, I was
Bayern
about to
today
say it
too.
was
Oh,
2-2
their
against
classicer.
Bayern.
Yeah, so it's really weird. It's like you said, they're unpredictable. You never know what's gonna come out on the day.
Unpredictable, and not in a good way either.
Yeah, not for
Oh,
the
All
the
right,
fans
fans
at
pretty
well,
much
least.
run away with the league. Doesn't matter.
that's true. Well, I mean, listen. Speaking of Barcelona, Inter Milan, and Bayern Munich. Alex,
That
you
was,
want to take this one?
that was a great game. What about that first goal
Oh,
with the
yo,
flick by
that pass by
Thuram
Thuram, chef's
Ooh,
kiss.
and the Travella by Martinez too? That's I
you
mean,
know,
Beautiful.
yeah, we don't see that in football these days. Two strikers combining up top.
That's what I was gonna say. Like having two strikers, that is actually pretty unique in today's football.
I
So
mean, it's just the way that Inzaghi plays him because he does that back three. He has the five in the midfield and the two up top, and then the five in the midfield. Essentially, the two wing backs go up and down the wing,
yeah,
so those guys put in a lot of work.
Basically,
But
basically the five CDMs you were talking about earlier.
yeah, the
Just
five
in the middle of the
CDMs,
park.
yeah. No, he really packs it in. But like you said, it's really rare to see a team that they don't have an attacking midfielder, but a few of the guys who play in the middle are kind of attacking, like Çalhanoğlu, who could spread a pass anytime he wants. He's not
yeah.
really a cam, but the way he plays, you could kind of see him as a cam.
What
And then
about
yeah, I mean the two
what about
strikers up
Yo,
top
Mkhitaryan?
what about that pass from Barella?
and
Yeah,
Borrell. Yeah, I mean the five CDMs are better attacking midfielders than most other attacking midfielders. So
I was gonna say, what are
honestly,
you talking about? They don't have attacking midfielders. They're just compact, but when they get the ball, they know how to put it through.
they're a very good team. They're very well organized. They don't concede a lot of goals. I mean, what did they concede? One
Well,
against
they conceded, I
Bayern.
think, 3 goals in the Champions League.
Yeah, they conceded one against Feyenoord, or I think like two in the group stage. Like
No, no,
they're
no. It was one in the group stage. I think I forgot who it was against. Then they conceded a final. It was a penalty. They conceded a penalty
No,
against Feyenoord, and this is the only third goal they conceded. And to be fair, okay, just a little bit on the other side. Bayern, they didn't play bad. Bayern had a few good chances. Kane hit the post in the first
bro,
half.
that first chance. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't give a fuck how many German cannons he's gonna get for the Bundesliga. You gotta put that fucking chance away.
Yeah,
Stop it.
How many cannons
this
is he
is this
getting?
inner Tottenham coming out.
No, you're look. He's not even that far out. All you have to do is color around the goalie. You're arguably the best striker in the world. Put it in the fucking net.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Honestly, if that
sad
would have
when
won thing, that would have been a completely different game. I think at that point.
You don't get an easier chance against Inter. That's the
That's
yeah.
true.
easiest chance they probably conceded all year.
I was gonna say it's kind of sad when the only guy scoring for you is 75-year-old Thomas Muller.
Yeah.
When that's your goal scoring threat.
I mean, do you guys say? Well, this is the other thing I want to discuss. Playing Rafael Guerrero as a attacking midfielder
But what
over,
the
even if
fuck is
let's say
that all
Muller
about?
can give you, even if Muller can give you like a half or maybe 50 to 60 minutes, play him. Why are you playing a left? Well, again, he wasn't attacking mid. He played left back for how many years now? Now moving back.
Yeah,
Why?
they have a bunch of injuries. Musiala is
No, I know they
injured.
do, but like put
Yeah,
Muller there. You want Muller's going to give you the work ethic. At least give him 60 minutes. Then you can put
yeah, but
somebody else
Muller's
in.
not gonna start in his late days. I'm getting a big Champions League game. He could come on and make an impact like he did for like last 20, 30 minutes because that's what he's good. That's his role now. It's like Manu Ginobili for the Spurs for American audience.
Manu Ginobili. Where
Yeah,
the-
it's in the beginning of his career, he was a starter, but in the end, towards the end, when they won those championships, he came off the bench and he played a role instead of being a main guy.
yeah, what was it like the last couple of years when he was like really old? He's like the
Yeah, that's
sixth
what I'm saying.
man.
Like that's what Muller is now. You can't start him and expect him to play 60 minutes because he's not going to be the same. He certainly
Yeah,
doesn't have the legs for it.
I was gonna say I think
That's fair.
Inter has Bayern's number in the playoffs. Like I'm looking at the history. So Bayern has beaten them in the group stages, but the last time they faced off in the playoffs was round of 16, 2010, 11. Inter knocked
Oh,
them out. And then the year before that big final at the Bernabeu that Diego Milito scored the two goals. Also
I
Inter
remember
had
that.
Bayern's number. So I don't think Inter's gonna let this one go. I think this one, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be like comfortable, but I think Inter will get this over the line.
especially if since they're going back to the San Siro.
Yeah. I think
They're
they'll get
gonna have
over the
more.
line though.
They're gonna have more than 5 CDMs in front of that goal. So,
Yeah, but I mean that's how they play, and it's weird because you wouldn't think of a team that plays that compact as them being
Mhm.
attacking, but they attack really well too. They don't just sit
Yeah,
back,
they're
like
they're very efficient how they move the ball and how they
they're
get a
very
shot on
German
target.
in how they play.
exactly. But
Most of
and
them.
again, I think what a lot of teams maybe don't fully understand is how to deal with the two striker system because most teams are not used to playing against your striker and your two wingers. But actually playing against two strikers, it feels like a lot of teams, like at least
I
the center
think
back parents, don't know who to pick up and where.
I think it's general the way Inter plays. Most teams don't know how to deal with it. So
Yeah,
just the
because
way
then
the
you have
formation
the
is.
because you have the two strikers where one's a little bit more advanced, one's a little bit back, and then you have these guys who keep crashing the box like Chalanoglu, Mkhitaryan, Barella. You have crosses coming in from Darmian and well, this time it was Augusto, but usually it's Di
I don't
Marco.
know why fucking DeMarco didn't start this game.
I think he had
What's
like a
his name?
small injury.
He was on the bench though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was
say
waiting
I
for him
think he
to
was
come
like kind
on,
of like coming back from an injury. That's at least what I heard.
I mean they have ample replacements on the bench too, so it's not like they.
which goes to show it's more the system than the
And
player.
then
Because
yeah, speaking of replacements, Fratesi comes in,
yeah,
scores a goal. Like literally
you know what?
2 or 3 minutes right after Bayern
The
equalized.
story that his grandmother passed away. I think a day before the game or on the day of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like he scored a goal and he was like his grandmother were pulling the strings. Best
Yeah,
wishes
okay.
to their family and
Yeah.
it could be very emotional to get back on the pitch after a loss like that.
True.
Yeah, I'm looking at Inter's game today. It looks like DeMarco did start today, so I'm wondering if he's gonna start the second leg too, because they're playing every 3 days right now. He's kind of rotating. He didn't play Turan, he played Arnautovic today, but uh,
I think he should
Yeah.
if he
he just
coming back
I
for an
think
injury.
he rotates a lot too because he has great options too. So there's no reason for him to play the
Yeah,
same guys
like I
over and
said,
over.
it's the system
True.
that works. You
Yeah,
Yeah,
put capable players into the systems, they work.
it's true.
yeah. We also have Joaquin Correa. They have Benjamin Pavard.
Oh, look at the back line. He didn't play any of the back line then like
Yeah,
the when he played Bayern. He didn't play Bastoni, Pavard, or who's the
right. You
third
have
guy?
Augusto,
Cherby?
Dusek,
No, I
DeVry.
think
Yeah.
Dumfries is something is injured right now, but he might be coming back later. So they have a
I
lot of
mean,
good players.
He does rotate a lot. Anyways, let's move on to
Um,
the
but just one more thing about the game. Do you guys think that Bayern's playing like this because company, or do you guys think the injuries are really kind of hindering Bayern? Because honestly, like missing Neuer, I don't know if Neuer would have really done anything against those two goals.
no, first
And
one for no.
even people talk Upamecano again. I don't think he would have been much
I
better.
think like you hit the head in the coffin when we're talking about Muller. It's that central position where they don't have anybody that could take the ball and carry it or distribute it. They
You
have
know
Yeah.
who?
Kimmich and Goretzka, but they're both of those guys either sit deep or they're in the box. And Kimmich is apparently him and Nagel's company system. He's lost, and they have beef or some shit.
Well, yeah, because he
So
used to play because he played right back, and then now he's back to playing like a six. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of uncertainty in that.
yeah, so it's like I think Musiala being injured because he was even Alfonso Davis to an extent because he's the guy that made the runs forward on the left side. He was more
Yeah.
almost a wing back rather than left back, and those two guys made a big impact for that team. So just replacing those, and they don't have any replacements.
You know who
I think
Bayern could
that
have used as that guy linking up the midfield line and the forward line?
Hmm.
Verts. If they had a guy like
oh
Birds.
Verts.
don't worry, they'll get him next year.
I was
Don't
gonna say
worry.
maybe in the summer. Maybe the guys are the executives are listening to us right now. But if they get a guy like
Uh,
Verts in there,
Well, I heard
what's
that's
the
the plan.
president's name?
I
Yeah,
don't, I don't know the president's name.
Heinz, Heinz, the
Carl
ketchup
Heinz.
company.
Yeah.
Carl
Oh,
Heinz.
yeah.
He's working on it.
Is he? They're working on a lot of things, but
Well, you know what? I think from no system, or no, sorry, from a very very solidly working system in Inter Milan, we're gonna go to the final game of the game week to
Oh,
absolutely
Lord.
no fucking system at all. Arsenal versus Real Madrid.
Alex, you want to take this one? You want to start? He just muted his mic. He's left. Why did he leave? in the middle of
I
recording.
don't think he wants to talk about Arsenal.
Why not?
I don't know, man. But you know what? I'll talk about Arsenal.
Apparently, our co-host just left.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how it
this man
goes,
doesn't want
bro.
to talk about Arsenal.
Well, how,
Absolutely dunking on Real Madrid.
I have nothing to say.
how professional of this man.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, I got plenty to say.
I'll just say
Honestly,
this.
Funny to say.
I'll just say this before I go into my hiding. I'm not gonna give Arsenal satisfaction of anything. Declan Rice is the only capable player in that team, and it shows. Those free kicks are freaking phenomenal. I have nothing to say bad about those free kicks. They're great free kicks. He's a talented guy. You take away Declan Rice, it's freaking Fleetwood Town out there. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, two great free kicks, and that's about it.
Where the fuck the last goal was?
the last goal was pretty damn good by Marino. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
fucking lie.
well, you
That's a
know
good
what?
curler.
You could go swivel on it. How about that?
You know what? I will give Arsenal
No,
the.
I will not.
Well, you don't have to. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give them the credits that they deserve for this game. Now, hold on. Just let me do this.
Stop it.
At least in
Stop
this
it.
game.
Stop.
No, yeah, fuck yourself. Real Madrid, they had chances. I'm not gonna lie. Mbappe is a ninja turtle. He should have scored those fucking one-on-ones. So that's what. So honestly, Real Madrid should blame themselves. Second of all, I don't know why they're playing a 4-4-2 against Arsenal. You got something to say?
No,
Yeah, come on, say it, man. Say it.
I'm gonna talk about Mbappe too.
Listen.
What I was gonna say is, if you're done, if you're not done, I'll do my point
No, no,
after.
no, no. Yeah, I'm not done. Why are you playing a 4-4-2 against Arsenal? I don't know why you're not trying to actually move the ball and do something. All you're trying to do is the same stupid shit of like, oh, try to hit the ball long to Mbappe or Vinny. Vinny's out of form. You need to drop him. Honestly, slap Mbappe on the left. Play Jude as like a false nine box crasher that he played last season where he scored a bunch of goals, and put Rodrigo on the right. Play a better midfield so you can actually contend with Arsenal. I don't understand what Ancelotti was trying to do with this team. Honestly, again, Arsenal should have scored like 3 goals in the first half. They should have put Real Madrid away like 6 or 7-0. I'm not even going to pretend that they shouldn't
Here's
have.
what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Just because they won 3-0 doesn't mean they won the game. This is Madrid's problem, not Arsenal's problem. Mbappe's not a striker, and this is more of a game that if you ever seen it, he's a guy. He wants to be a fucking winger, and Winnie Junior's in his place, or he doesn't even know how to go right. He's a winger that he can never be a striker because the minute that you put a big guy on him, he can't get past him, or the minute he gets touched up, he loses focus. He's not a natural striker, and that's what maybe in time maybe they'll figure it out. He'll figure it out, but this year, this is one of the games he hasn't figured
Well,
out how to be a
that's what I'm
striker.
saying. Drop Vinny because Vinny's out of form. Put Mbappe on the left where he
Well, I
actually
was
can
gonna get
thrive.
to that. Vinny's absolutely dog shit this year, for what it's worth.
Yeah.
From Ballon d'Or contention to Brazilian street futsal, wherever the fuck he's playing. Honestly, he's shit. He can't put penalties away. He doesn't know how to take on dribbles anymore. Everything that he was good for last year, he can't do any of that this year. And Rodrigo genuinely is probably their best attacker, and he's lost out there because half the time he doesn't even get the ball. If you see the game, there were like 5 times Rodrigo was open on the right side with 20 acres of space. Nobody gave him the ball. You know why? Because they're missing like a Tony Cruz. They're missing somebody that needs the fucking ball that can ping it. Kamavinga he's a dog. He's a horse. Luka Modric's too old for that shit. Fede Valverde is playing right back. Please. This is
And I
not.
get. Listen, I will preface it with this. I do agree with you that this is more of a Real Madrid really playing shit and not Arsenal being fantastic. I think
I'm not
if
taking.
you
Yeah.
no, I agree with you. I'm not going to pretend like if Real Madrid was actually had like some kind of cohesion, I don't think this game would be a 3-0. I think Real Madrid would definitely put a couple of goals at least past out. I'm not saying Arsenal's a dog shit team,
I'm not
but
gonna take. I'm not gonna take anything away from Declan Rice. Those 2 free kicks were absolutely stunning. And if you can produce that in a game, fucking fair play to you.
yeah,
But
yeah.
everything
Honestly, like
else.
after the first goal, I was like, damn. But then the second goal was fucking perfection. Like,
And you put Thibaut Courtois in his ass. So hey,
and you know what?
listen.
That's the thing. Thibaut Courtois, man, it's not an easy keeper to score against.
No, he's not.
How many players have fucking failed?
Most of
So,
them, 99%. So
so you know
listen,
what?
listen. I'll end my thing here. Like, is it over? It's never over until
No,
the
listen,
second leg. The ref blows the whistle. Florentino Perez walks out and does a press conference. Oh, we had a good game, but we didn't make it through. It ain't over until then.
listen. I think going back to the Bernabeu down. I'm listen. If Arsenal was going into the Bernabeu like 6 goals plus, I might be on the
Even
side
then,
of this is over. But
it's not over.
right, but this is not over. I 100% expect penalty for Real Madrid
I'm
in the
gonna say
first like
one
15
thing.
minutes.
The only caveat to this, Chumini is coming back, and he's one of the guys that actually picks up the ball and fucking passes a little. I'm not
Yeah,
saying he's the
but
best
you're missing
passer out
Camavinga
there.
now.
What did he do the first game? All he did was take down Odegaard 3 times.
But you already literally just giving him compliments. He's a dog. He's
Yeah,
a
I said
horse.
he's a dog. Yeah, that's what a dog does. He bites people. Which he did. But
I mean, I
I'm
will say
just
that was
saying,
that's petulance, man. Like at the end, you don't need to get sent off.
no,
Like
no.
that's just unprofessional, man. It's like 30 seconds left. Like have some professionalism. You might be need you might
Also,
your team might need you the next game.
also the last thing, Arsenal fans just raged onto the field after the game. Come on, guys. You didn't win anything yet. Job's not done. What are you celebrating? Beating Madrid at home 3-0? Is that the low life that they are in North London? Is that what we're celebrating? Come on.
Yeah,
Stop it.
you
You're
know,
not winning the league.
Hassan,
You're not
they
winning the
won
league.
the
You're not
Hassan.
winning the FA Cup.
No,
And you're
no,
not going to win the Champions League.
they
What
won
are you
the we didn't
celebrating?
lose to Real Madrid trophy.
Oh, there's a trophy for that?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's not over. So how they even won that trophy? There's second leg. What are they celebrating?
no,
Why
no,
are you working the
we didn't
pitch?
lose at home to Real Madrid trophy.
Tell me a supporter group other than them that would do that because they haven't won shit. Being second, there's no trophy for second place. So stop it. I'm done. I'm done with this. Move on.
I mean, all I will say is it's not over. As much as I think Arsenal are have a very good standing going into the second leg. Knowing Real Madrid, knowing their history in this competition, knowing that have played terribly and still have come back. I agree with Hassan. Until Florentino Perez walks into the conference room and gives a press conference, I'm not counting Real Madrid out of this damn competition. I 100% expect the referee, I don't know, the Spanish FA, whatever.
No,
This is not the end.
this is gonna happen on the real terms. It's gonna be like 1980s Colombia. You're gonna have Florentino Perez walk into the referee locker room before the game. He's gonna say the team in white wins, and he's gonna walk out. And you know what happens if they don't win? So
If you guys ever watch Narcos on Netflix, you would know what you're talking about.
yeah, if you ever watch the Narcos, you get the. Well, actually, no, just read about it. Read about Atletico
It's better to
Nacional.
watch it. What reading is overrated these days. Just
No,
watch
just
it.
yeah.
Hassan, man, that's why kids are, illiterate these days because they're like, oh, just watch it instead of reading it, man.
Yeah, Sam, we could tell you don't read. You don't have to make it out loud. But what I'll say though is just read into why Atletico Nacional was winning every trophy possible in the 80s.
Is that
And
the
that's kind of
Colombian team?
that's Pablo's team. But
From Medellin?
huh?
From Medellin?
No, they're from freaking Brazil, man.
Oh shit! You could have supported other teams from different.
Yeah, because he would go support a team from Paraguay. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, Bolivia's
Yeah, why
first
not?
division.
but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
why
I
not?
think listen, Real Madrid is gonna be black magic. We know that.
Good.
There's gonna be
These
decisions
Arsenal.
made that
You know
people are
what? You know
gonna
what? If
yeah.
any traveling Arsenal fans that go to Madrid, I hope they fall into the trap and go into that Black Magic Stadium and you know.
But you hit on the nail though when you said like this team needs a Tony Cruz because that's exactly what I was thinking. If they had a Tony Cruz to link them up, it would be a different result. It would be
And,
a
and,
different
Exactly.
and
game.
again, I think if Real Madrid really wants to win, drop Vinny, man. just drop him. I
Oh, I'm
I
telling
know it's
you,
kind of like a big thing. Vinny's one of your marquee players, but
he's been shit this year.
listen,
He's been
he's
absolute
not
dog shit.
producing, man. And you see the most of the threat was coming from Mbappe, and he's trying to share that space with Vinny
Bro,
on the left. Just put Mbappe on
all
the left, man.
all Mbappe does is gets the ball, does a one-touch pass because you can't take on anybody because the three guys on it because their spacing is shit. They have no spacing in the front.
I'm telling you, like put Bellingham like in the position that he played last year when they won the damn Champions League. Just put him down the middle, right behind Mbappe and Rodrigo. Let's just say your midfield could be like Modric. Well, Camavinga's gone, so Modric, Tchouameni, and I don't know, put somebody else in. You could even put. They could probably
Bro,
find somebody.
they have Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, those
Yeah,
young
honestly,
guys.
put Valverde in it. Put fucking Vasquez at right back. Whatever, man. You need goals. Like you need attacking output. You need goals, man. Screw it.
Yeah. Or
Arsenal
honestly,
Arsenal isn't the high scoring team. Like realistically speaking, without
yeah,
these free kicks, this would be
I
like
would
a 1-0.
I would start Endrick over Vinny at striker and then put Mbappe on the wing. That's how bad they're fucking playing.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like that's the one thing. Ancelotti doesn't give Endrick any chances. Like, he only plays in the Copa del Rey.
Playing them in garbage time.
No, that's because Ancelotti is not Endrick's idol. It was Bobby Charlton. If Endrick played Man United, he'd get more chances. He went to the wrong club.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you should go there.
Yeah,
Ruin his career more.
he's not following his dreams like he should.
I know, right?
Oh shit.
Well, I think on that note, do you guys think anything else you want to discuss?
Nah, I'm done. I'm done
You
talking about
done?
this.
I would like to bring up just before we go because we talk about Europa League and the winner of that tournament does go to Champions League next year. So I don't know if you guys saw the first legs, but I want to give flowers to the Norwegian team Bodo Glimt.
Oh, Bodo
They
Glimt.
Dude, the run they're on, and honestly, like it's not even surprising that they beat Lazio at home because they smacked Roma 6-1 a couple years ago in the Conference League. So seeing results like that like makes me happy. Like we talked about the German Cup last time, you having a third division team go to the final. If we have a Norwegian team in the final of Europa League, that would be crazy. I'm
That
just
would
saying.
be.
I don't know if they'll make it, but if they do, that would be incredible.
I mean, if they win, they're playing Tottenham, and you know how that's gonna go. They might play Tottenham or
That's
for
not much of a competition, though, is it?
Tottenham or Frankfurt. So
I want
you
to
don't
see
know how that
Tottenham
might.
go to. I want to see Tottenham go to Norway, try to get a result there in freaking sub-0 degree temperature. But yeah, I mean, I know we talk about Man United. I don't even want to talk about them. I just want to
I
talk
don't think
about
we should
the.
talk about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to
I
bring him
think
up because I think it's a great story, man. Bodo
oh
Glimt,
yeah,
that's the team.
it's
Yeah.
admirable.
Was it?
Everyone's
We love the fairy tale. We appreciate you guys for listening or
Please
watching
subscribe,
wherever.
comment,
Uh,
leave questions.
yeah. On that note, we're out. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll see you guys next week.
Take care.